Chargers running back Austin Ekeler tied for the NFL lead in scrimmage touchdowns last season with Jonathan Taylor. 12 scores on the ground, 8 receiving touchdowns. He's the third different player to record a dozen rushing touchdowns and 8 receiving scores in a season, and the first since Marshall Faulk. And he's the only player other than LaDainian Tomlinson to score 20 times from scrimmage in a single season for the Chargers. Ekeler spoke to our Evan Washburn at camp on Tuesday.
Well, Austin, as you look at what this team did a year ago, and then as you approach the 2022 season, what are priorities as you guys come together as leaders and just as a team as a whole?
Yeah, I mean, I've been saying this all year and pretty much for the past few years, and it comes down to our priority being consistency. And what that is a lot of different things. It's us practicing together, chemistry, being on the same page with us coaches, buying in to all of us as a team, and being able to actually put that on the field on Sunday and bring it together. Because we have a lot of great players on this team, right? You know, that's the NFL. A lot of teams have a lot of great players, but what keeps people apart from being good teams and great team is the consistency of high level of play. It's really small, narrow windows that we have to take advantage of.
How does continuity play into that and help maybe? Because you do carry over, at least offensively, a lot of the important pieces from the staff and obviously down to the players.
Yeah, you know, there's a huge mental part of this game that really doesn't get talked about as far as in the media space. More so, you know, we see just the physical play. And so when you have continuity, especially in the coaching staff and the scheme coming from one year to the next, it really helps. I feel like your team start off on a foot where they are comfortable. They have some type of understanding of the offense, easier to adapt, and then we can really build on top of what we've been implementing with Joe here and with Coach Staley on defense. So it's great as far as players coming back. We still have to be able to come and put it together, absolutely, but it's a lot easier to learn.
How would you describe what that would look like out on the field for those of us on the outside?
Yeah, you can't tell because, I mean, if we're doing our jobs, which even if we're not doing our jobs, if we're giving 100% effort, you're not going to be able to say, oh, he was in the wrong spot, he was doing the wrong thing. You know, that's something that you're not going to know unless you're sitting in our meeting rooms dissecting it, looking at the techniques, looking at the fundamentals, because stuff happens really fast. You know, so that's why we spend so much time in the meeting rooms. That's why it's a full time when we're, you know, spending hours of watching every single rep, watching every single person's technique, making sure in the right spot, right depth, made the right coverage versus man and zone, different types of man and zone. So like, there's so many different layers that go into playing this game at a high level that it's hard to tell from the sideline.
For Justin, in that regard, have you seen, because it sounds like talking to guys, that his ability to have the same system for a second year gives him a level of depth that, you know, makes you much more effective?
I guess, you know, he's a smart guy. You know, he's gonna learn it regardless. You know, if we have a new scheme, just like he did last year, and you know he had some success. So coming in this year, yeah, it's a little bit easier, but it's not easier when you're still in the field. You still got to come out here and actually convert that to actual physical playing. And so that's the trick, right? Bringing it from the classroom and bringing it to the field. You can know the plays and everything, that's great, but executing is a whole different story.
What do you hope this offense looks like this year?
Wow, what do I hope this offense looks like? I hope, as far as from last year to this year, more consistency down in the red zone. I feel like we got down there a lot of times and we just left some stuff on the field. And we know we're going to be going for it on fourth downs. Coach is aggressive, we're going. And I want to see more consistency on fourth down when we even get in those situations too, because I feel like there was chances last year where we had it, where it was like a drop ball or someone, you know, ran the wrong route or didn't break the right way, like little tiny things, or we didn't get lined up correctly, like little things that are not anything that we can't control, that can make us go from a good team who barely missed the playoffs to a great team who's making a run in the playoffs.
And from your perspective personally, I mean, last year you had as productive a season as you've had in the NFL. Was there a sense of pride in what you were able to do?
I mean, yeah, for sure, a little bit. You know, I think my pride lies within my principles of what I live by. I think it's deeper than just football for me. For me, especially on the football field, it carries over to me trying to be the best version of myself, right? Giving 100% effort, making sure I'm trying to be as effective as far as a communicator, a leader, and a player on this field. And so every single day, whether it's practice, whether it's games, like that's what I'm trying to bring, whether it's in the meeting room, every aspect of my life outside of football too. So that's what I live by, and that's what I'm going to be doing. That's my goals to continue to do that this year.
What's it like facing this defense?
Man, it's tough. It's tough. Yeah, they've been getting good, and it's frustrating because, you know, they'll make you question yourself sometimes. Like, man, like, how did I miss that? Or like, today I got ran over. I'm like, I know I'm a better blocker than that. Like, okay, like let me get on my technique. Let me get back to studying, making sure, I'm putting
Who was it?
Cole Christensen.
Okay.
Yeah, number 50. He got me today. I told him, man, I was like, look, well, I'm not going to cut you guys today, because I will definitely cut somebody you try to run me over.
Yeah.
So let's take it easy on the bull rushes, like so things like that. But it's like even just feeling that is good to feel like, hey, I was in position, I was ready, and you just trucked me, right? So it's football. It's football. I get up, look, I got respect for these guys, but I'm not going to be your test dummy, So there's that mental part of it as well, knowing that you can't take anything from anyone out here because we all have something to prove, and it's our opportunity right now when we're on the field.
Lastly, when you guys live in the moment, I understand on a day-to-day basis, but when you look at your division and what lies ahead this season, what word best describes kind of the mentality, the emotions that come to mind?
What word? A single word.
You can use a few if you'd like.
I don't know. Perseverance. I feel like that's a word that's been thrown around a lot, but like the reason I say that is because there's so much talent in our division, right? And so whoever's going to be able to overcome, whoever's going to be able to rise above the rest of the teams in our division, I feel like is going to show that they're a real team. Enough said on that, but yeah, I'm looking forward to facing our division because there are a lot of great players in our division now. There were before too, and now we're welcoming more. So it's still a tough division. It's still the NFL, which every game's tough. But now we got 3 teams that we get to see that are really good every year, twice.
No doubt. I do have one more. This is for a social thing. Running back position of the current crop of running backs in the league. If you could take one trait and employ it into your game.
One trait.
And who would it be? What would it be, and who would it be from?
Wow, one trait. So do I get to defy the laws of physics? Because it'd be sick to have a Derrick Henry stiff arm.
No doubt.
But his arms are probably twice as long as mine. So.
No, but in this game, you get his arm.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You get his arms.
Give me some Derrick Henry stiff arms out there.
Awesome. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great to see you.
Absolutely, yeah, awesome.
Great chat, Evan Washburn with Austin Ekeler, running back for the Los Angeles Chargers. What a season he had last year. Over 900 yards rushing, his best season on the ground in that regard. 647 yards receiving as well. And you look at the touchdowns. 8 touchdowns, receiving touchdowns, 12 touchdowns from scrimmage. Certainly a season to remember, both for him and the Chargers, looking to replicate that in 2022.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.